Hello dear all. Here is Vasanti Revatkar, Department of Botany, Sri Ganesh Mahavidyalaya, Navargaon, District Chandrapur. In this lecture, I am discussing about the angiospermic dicot family Asteraceae. Previously, when the Bentham and Hooker system of classification was established, at that time the name of this family was Compositae. But later on, according to International Code of Botanical Nomenclature, the name of the family must end in a CEAE, and according to that international code, the name has been changed from Compositae to Asteraceae. The content of this family or this lecture are systematic position, then diagnostic features of this family, important genera including in this family, then distribution of plants or genera in this family, habitat and habit, then vegetative characters, reproductive characters of this family, economic importance of this family, and then some important plants we will discuss here. The systematic position, division phanerogam, subdivision angiospermy, class dicotyledons, subclass Gamopetalae, series Infi, because the inferior flowers are there, the ovary is inferior. Then order Astralis and family Compositae. I have written Compositae first because this classification or systematic position is according to Bentham and Hooker system of classification, because it is mentioned in the syllabus of semester 2, BSc semester 2. We should follow the Bentham and Hooker system of classification, and according to that system of classification, I have tried to write the systematic position of this family Asteraceae. Then this is about the Asteraceae is a very advanced plant family, and here there are two types of florets. This is the ligulate flowers, or it is called as disc floret, ray floret, and at the center in the disc some florets are there, or flower like structures are there, they are called as the disc floret. Then distinguishing characters of this family: plants generally herbs, leaves alternate or opposite, exstipulate, simple or variously lobed. Inflorescence is the head or capitulum. This is the characteristic feature of family Asteraceae. Flowers bisexual or unisexual, and the ovary is epigynous. Then ray floret and disc floret. Ray florets are zygomorphic, stamens 5, then syngenaceous and epipetalous, then gynoecium, bicarpellary, syncarpous, unilocular, ovary inferior, ovule 1 with basal placentation, fruits one-seeded, cypsela, covered with pappus. Then important genera, there are about 1620 genera, that is 1620 genera, and about 28,600 species included in this family. This is the very big family of dicot plants. Then some of them are included here. They are Ageratum species, then Blumia, then various chrysanthemum species. Commonly in local language it is called as Sevanthi. Then Calendula officinalis, then Cosmos, then Dahlia species, then Gaillardia pulcherina, then Gerbera plants are included in this also family. Then Helianthus anus, commonly called as sunflower. This is very economically important plants. It is included in this family. Then Lactuca sativa, Tagetus, commonly called as Jhendu or Genda. Then Tridax procumbens and Genia. These are some important plants which we will study in this family. Then distribution, the members are belonging to this family are found everywhere on earth. Then that is some plants are mesophytic, some plants are xerophytic, some plants are shrub, then some are trees. Every types of plants are included in this family. Then habitat and habit, The members may be herbs, shrubs, very rarely trees and climbers are found here. Plants are found in each possible habitat. As I told earlier, in each possible habitat the plants are found, and in our country maximum plants are found in this family, related to this family. Then vegetative character, it starts from root, and the roots are taproot and branched as they are placed in the dicot family, dicotyledon. The roots are taproot system. The stem is usually herbaceous, erect, branched, twinning. In case of Mecania, the stem is twinning. The stem in Baccharis is winged, leaf-like, and real leaves are reduced, while in Frostia branches turn into thorns. They are the xerophytes. Then leaf, that is leaves are simple compound, pinnately or palmately compound leaves are there. They generally alternate opposite in Dahlia and Helianthus, rarely whorled as in Eupatorium and exstipulate. Then reproductive characters, inflorescence is head or capitulum inflorescence head. It is the special type of inflorescence which includes ray floret and disc floret. These are ray-like structure. These are the ray floret, and at the center the florets are present. They are called as the disc floret. Then there are two types of florets. As I told earlier, the first one is ray floret. It is the sessile, zygomorphic, irregular, ligulate or bracteate, incomplete and asexual, unisexual. Why it is incomplete? Because all the four whorls are not present. And why it is not present? It is unisexual, means male anthers are not present here, only female reproductive structure is present. That's why it is unisexual, and the flower, that the floret is incomplete. As like another flower, the ray floret also consists of four whorls, calyx, orla, androecium, gynoecium. But in case androecium, in this case androecium is absent. That's why of these four whorls, only three whorls are present. Calyx, they are either represented by pappus or absent. Then corolla, petals 5, gamopetalous, then bilabiate and ligulate. Androecium is absent, the stamens are absent here. Gynoecium, carpels are bicarpellary, two carpels are there, so bicarpellary. Then they are fused, that's why they are syncarpous. Ovary inferior, then unilocular, containing single ovule. Placentation basile, style single, and stigma 2, that is curved. The upper surface is receptive, and the fruit is therefore called as cypsela, that is the single seeded fruit. And the floral formula is bracteate, then zygomorphic, female flower. Calyx, pappus or hairy. Corolla 5, they are connate or united. Then androecium 0 and gynoecium bicarpellary, syncarpous, ovary inferior. Then disc floret, it is sessile and present at the center, as I told earlier. Then actinomorphic and complete, hermaphrodite, bracteate and epigynous. So regular means when we cut the flower, we will get two equal halves, so it is called as actinomorphic. Then complete mean all the four whorls, calyx, corolla, androecium, gynoecium, all these four whorls are present. That's why the disc floret is complete. Hermaphrodite means it contains both the sex organ, that is bisexual, and that's why it is called a hermaphrodite. Then first one we will study calyx, either rudimentary or pappus like or hairy like, hair like. Rudimentary means very small or negligible, or if they are present, they are pappus means hair like. Then corolla, petals 5, gamopetalous and tubular. Then 5 lobed, actinomorphic, swollen near the base of style. Nectar present, colored, and estivation is valvate type of estivation we found here. Then androecium, stamens 5 and epipetalous, means they are fused to the petals or corolla. then alternate with corolla lobes, intros means inverted towards inner side, then two-celled or bi-celled, and and syngenaceous means they are group in one group or they are fused. Then dehiscence by longitudinal slit, filaments free and connective prolonged above the anther. This is the anthers they are. Gynoecium carpellus 2, bicarpellary syncarpus, ovary inferior. Then unilocular, single ovule and basal placentation, style single, stigma 2 and curved. Fruit is Cypsela. Then here is the floral formula and floral diagram. This floral diagram is of ray floret and this is of disc floret. Here anthers are absent, no stamens are found here. Then bracts, zygomorphic, female flower, calyx 5 and pappus like. Then corolla and androecium if they are, but here they are absent, corolla 5 and gynoecium, bicarpellary syncarpus, ovary inferior, and here it is indicated. Then this is the floral diagram of disc floret, means the floret which is present at the center, we are calling it as a disc floret, and floral formula bracteate. It is actinomorphic, means when we cut the flower we will get two equal halves, so that's why it is actinomorphic. Then bisexual, both the sexes are present, androecium as well as gynoecium both are present, that's why bisexual. Then calyx, they are pappus, that is hair like or rudimentary. Then calyx they are 5, corolla, androecium they are all 5 and they are epipetalous, means they are fused to petals. Gynoecium, bicarpellary syncarpus and ovary inferior, that's why this is the symbol given on the G, head of the G, that is gynoecium. Then this is also the floral formula. Sometimes what happens, ray floret, disc floret and some sterile florets are also found. That's why I have mentioned here the sterile florets, they are also present here, and androecium they are 0, and that's why I have given this type of floral formula. Then fruits and seeds, fruits are an achene or one-seeded achene is called as Cypsela. As I told earlier, it is called as Cypsela. So what is Cypsela? It is one-seeded achene and seeds are non-endospermic. This is about the seeds. Then homogamous. Some flowers are homogamous, means there are no differentiation in ray florets and disc floret. All the florets are similar and that's why it is called as homogamous. Example is Vernonia gigantea is the example, where the head or capitulum inflorescence is there, no doubt, but there is no any differentiation between ray floret and disc floret. All the florets are very much like the disc floret and they are similar. It is called as the homogamous floret inflorescence. Then economic importance of this family. Some plants of this family are medicinally important. Maximum number of flowers plants are ornamental, that is grown in the garden for their beautiful flowers, and they are also included in this family. For example, ageratum is the medicinally important plant. Then Blumia is also medicinally important plant. Chrysanthemum, that is Sevanthi, it is ornamental plant grown in the garden for its beautiful colored flowers. Then Calendula, it is also medicinal plant. Then Cosmos, this is also ornamental plant. Dahlia is also a beautiful colored flowers, we will see later on. Then Gerbera, this is also the ornamental plant. And Helianthus anus, sunflower, the seeds are the source of oil which is used as a food, burning purposes and in the manufacture of soap and varnishes. That's why very important plant, this is the sunflower. Sunflower ghee, that is dalda, can also be prepared from this oil, and that's why it is very important economically. Then Latuca sativa, the leaves are eaten as salad. Then Tagetes zendu, the genda or zendu. The flowers are very expensive in the season of Diwali, and that's why a large number of farmers they cultivate the zendu or genda in their farmer by constructing the poly houses, or there are greenhouses, and large number of flowers are harvested during the Diwali season to get more money or more profit. Then Tridax probum means also the medicinally important plants, and Genia that is elegans, this is also the ornamental plant. Here we can see that some are medicinal, some are ornamental plants. I have arranged these plants alphabetically, that's why some medicinal plants and ornamental plants, they are mixed with each other. The first plant is Cinchoria, that is Chicory or Chicory. The roots and the leaves are edible. This is the plant. Then the edible leaves, that is Cyanara or Lactuca. The leaves are used as a food or in salad. Then in some plants the roots are edible, that is Helianthus tuberosus. Here the roots are edible because they are storage in their nature, and that's why a large number of farm are produced are harvested for the tubers, and these tubers are rich in carbohydrates, and they are used as a edible plant. Then medicinally important plant they are. Then we will study one by some special plants. Large number of plants are included in this family, but some of them are discussed here. First one, that is the Ageratum conzoides. This is the native of tropical America. We are call it as a grass, Congress grass, and this is very plant, or it is like that one, not exactly, but it is the plant which we brought from the foreign. Then another one is Aspelia. This is the genus of flowering plants in daisy family. Most of the plants we are calling it as a daisy, but sometimes this Aspelia is nothing but the daisy family, means the Asteraceae family. Then it is a native of also Africa, Madagascar and Latin America. Then Bellis perennis, this is common European species of daisy. Very colored, beautiful flowers are there, and no, these are not the flowers, these are the inflorescences, head or capitulum inflorescence, but looks like a flower, and that's why we are calling it as a flower, but no, it is the inflorescence. Then Blumea species, commonly called as Gangavan. There are two species of Blumea in our region. There are two species are found. One is having purple flower or purple inflorescence, and another is having the yellow type of inflorescence. And these flowers are belonging to genus Blumea of the family Asteraceae. It's known as Niggia or Kampur or Sambong or Gangavan. In local language it is called as Gangavan. Then Calendula officinalis, this is very important medicinal plants, and it is probably native to South Europe, though its long history of cultivation makes its precise origin unknown, and it may possibly be of garden origin. So the plant is no doubt the inflorescence which looks like a flower, it is very beautifully colored, but the calendula ointment is prepared, and medicine, this is very powerful medicine which is used on the burning purposes. Then Cordus, this is the genus of family Asteraceae, and there are two genera, and they are being Cirsium. The plants of this genus are known commonly as the plumeless thistles. So these are the plants having the somewhat spine-like structure, and this is called as the Cordus species. Then Cosmos sulphureous. This is like also the like daisy, but it is cosmos, wild plant, and very commonly found in the hedge region or at the compound part. Then it is also native to Mexico, Central America, and northern South America, and it is known as sulfur cosmos and yellow cosmos as well as purple. This is also the cosmos species. There are number of cosmos species on they are found. Then this is the chrysanthemum species, commonly called as Sevanthi. This is the large genus. Chrysanthemum is the genus having so many species because of so color. There is all colors, maximum almost all colors, including white, purple, red, then maroon, or some are small, large, latari, buttery, or button Sevanthi. Many species are there. Also, countless horticulture varieties are also there, and that's why it is also cash crop. When in the season of Diwali, chrysanthemum can be cultivated in the farm by constructing the polyhouses or greenhouses, because it is the cash crop during winter or during Diwali season. These are also the chrysanthemum species of having almost all color. As I told you, there are almost all color. Blue colored Sevanthi also chrysanthemum we can see here. Then also green color chrysanthemum flowers we can get, and there are purple beautifully colored flowers we can see here. The next one is the Dahlia. The genus of Asteraceae is bushy, tuberous, herbaceous, perennial. Plants are native to Mexico or Central America, and they are the cold loving plants, and Dahlia plants very large flower but no flower. It is the inflorescence again we can get in the garden. Then Emilia coccinea. This is the annual growing plant. It is hardy. It is found in the UK, and its flower get from July to October with very beautiful flowers. They are pollinated by insect and self fertile. Then very important and very important plant in this family is the sunflower plant. No doubt it is not the flower. Continuously I am saying it is not the flower, it is the inflorescence which contain ray florate and disc florate, but combination of ray florate and disc florate seems like a flower, and that's why we are calling it as a sunflower. It is the seeds are very important because they yield the oil, and it can be used. This oil can be used as a edible oil to make perfume, to make soaps, and it is also used as a lubricant. This is the very important plants which found in the family Asteraceae, sunflower plant. Then this is the Gerbera. Gerbera is the genus of plant in the family Asteraceae. It was named in the honor of German botanist and medical doctor Traugott Gerber. The name Gerbera is given after the name of this doctor, and very beautiful flowers are there. But also we can see that these are not the flowers, they are the inflorescences containing ray florate and disc florate. There are another, these are also the Gerbera species, all colors, blue, then red, then white, yellow, green, almost all colors which are found in the Dahlia, all these colors are found in the Gerbera also. Then Gaillardia pulchella, these are called as, this is the genus of plant belonging to family Asteraceae, and these are like the cosmos, but they are not true cosmos. This is the plants, they can be used, these are the ornamental plants for the beautiful flowers. Then Parthenium. As I told you, the Parthenium is a genus which is causing the allergy to most of the people, as it is not our original, not the native of India. it is brought from the foreign countries, and the plant is the juice of or latex of the plant is very poisonous, but some scientists they extracted parthenin from this plant, which can be used to cure some sort of cancer, but most of the time it causes irritation to skin, and that's why it is commonly called as gajar gavat or gajar grass, or it is called as the congress grass also, and this is the genus Parthenium. It has some variety. Then another genus is Tagetes erecta. This is Jhendu or Genda. It is a Mexican marigold, or it is English it is called as marigold. In Hindi it is called as Genda. In Marathi it is called as Jhendu. And in Mexico this plant is found in the wild in the status of Puebla and Veracruz. Then these are also the Tagetes species. Then Taraxylum officinale, it is a common dandelion plant, and it is flowering herbaceous plant which is found in, it is a wild one in month of summer or April and March April. It can be grown everywhere in the yard which are very empty or wild spaces. It can be developed or it can be seen, and flower heads that turns into round balls of silver tufted fruits and that disperse in the wind. Then Triodes procumbens. We know the plant, it is called as Cambermodi, and very important medicinal plants which found in our area, commonly known as coat buttons or Triodes daisy, the species of flowering plant in daisy family. It is the best known widespread weed and pest plant. It is native to the tropical America, but now it has been introduced to tropical and subtropical regions of the world. And in India, it is commonly found everywhere. Almost all places it can be found. Then Zinnia, these are the also popular garden flowers because they come in the wide range of flower colors and shapes. They can withstand hot summer temperature and are easy to grow from seeds. They are grown in fertile, humus-rich and well-drained soil in the area with full sun. These are the plants having, we can see that they are the, but not flower, they are the flower heads or head inflorescence. With this, I will conclude my lecture. Thank you very much.